Today you are going to learn how to transform long videos like these 34-minute videos or, for example, these videos, all connected through Telegram, so you have control. The only thing you're going to need to do is copy the link to the video, come to your bot on Telegram, tell it what you need, send it to them, and automatically your workflow will start working on content creation. So, if you're interested in how we can create this together, stick around. Let's get started. If you would like to take action directly, you can access the full workflow in our Minted Well community. The link is below in the description. You can have this and other workflows completely ready to use. To start your workflow, the first step would be to activate it through a message on Telegram. For that, we come and look for the Telegram node. Let's go to Triggers and select Here. Here we need to set up our credentials. I already have the credentials that I am going to use configured, but if you have doubts about how to do it, all you need to do is come to Google, search for BotFather on Telegram, open it, and start the setup. Started. Once inside BotFather, all you have to do is start the conversation, select that you want a new bot. You need to add a name to it. You need to add a username that ends in bot. For example, all you need to do is copy that access token. You copy, you go back to your flow in n8n, you click on Create New Credential. This would be all you need to set up your trigger through Telegram. Now to test it, you simply go back to your workflow in n8n, activate, and voila, we have just received information from our bot, which means that it is configured correctly. The next step would be to obtain the data we are interested in from the message, which in this case would be the URL of the video and the number of clips we need. For that, we need to add a code mode, and we're going to delete this code, and this code helped me do it, chat-gipt. We just copy what we have here in this document, we come and add here. Let's run this Telegram node again. We see that I sent it a URL and the number of clips I need. So if we put the code node, it separates the number of clips we need and the URL of the source video. The next step would be to add a set or edit field node. This in order to keep the information organized. Give a name to each piece of information we need. Let's select the mode in JSON. And in JSON, we're going to copy the following expression and we're going to execute. Once we have this, the next step is going to be to create our clips. For that, we are going to use an HTTP request node and we are going to call it as follows. The website or application that we're going to be using to create our clips is the following. Its name is Club, and what we need from this site is our clip API. So we can come to the bottom of the page and search for API clip. Before proceeding, you need to add a payment method to get your API. Once you have your API generated, you have added a payment method to Clap. The next step is to configure our HTTP request. Join the document, copy, and paste. You can also check this URL in the official Clap documentation. In addition to that, on this page, we also got the format of the JSON code for the room to work properly. So, once we have this process completed, we are going to continue configuring our node on n8n. The next step would be to authenticate ourselves. The method I used is as follows. We need to enable this option, send headers. In name, we need to add the word authorization, and in value, we need to add our API key. For security reasons, I'm going to add this to the end of the configuration of this node. We need to enable this option and change this option to using JSON. Here we're going to add a JSON that we already have preset. Let's copy and stick it. What does this mean? Where do these dynamic labels come from? This dynamic tag comes from the previous node, from the edit field node, and is the URL of the video. Well, the goal that we have, which is to make 5 clips, and the maximum amount we want, which is 5. In addition, here we have some editing options that we can change, such as using captions, reframing the video, using emojis, removing silences, etc. We also have the option to change the language in which we are working our videos. So I'm just going to set up the API and run to review the process. Once your API is added and configured, simply, we see that it was not executed correctly. We go in to see what it generated for us. And it tells us that it's processing, which is an excellent sign. We're going to continue setting up our workflow. Once we make the call to the Clap application with our API, we need to get the status to check if they are ready. We come to our document. Select the following link. Return to n8n. The result of the previous node that is responsible for analyzing the URL, we send it. Run. Okay, we got an error because we don't have our active credentials. I'm going to turn them on. With our API configured, we run and review. Okay, here it tells us that our videos are ready, but depending on the weather and the number of clips that we're looking for can take more or less time to execute. So we're going to add an if node, and the function of this if node is to make sure that the status is complete. We take this dynamic tag, add it in this field, and set it up here like this. If our videos are not ready, we must give the application more time to run. So we are going to add a wait node, and let's give it a minute. This too, the waiting time varies between the size of the video and the number of clips we need. We rename this node, we go back, and we run our if node. To continue, we need to add a new HST prequest node. This node will allow us to get the link to the MP4 video to the videos we are requesting. For that, we simply set the method to get. Paste the following link, which again, this comes from the Clap documentation. So we go back, and that dynamic tag comes from the if node, which is next. You just take, drag, and drop here. The next step would be to set up your credentials and rename this node. We give it the name, fulfill our credentials, and execute. That's it. It's just over. We went in to see what it was that generated us. It generated a virality rating, as well as possible captions for our social networks such as TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. So, the next step would be to add an HTTP request node again, whose function would be to improve the quality of the videos. We just paste the following URL with the following dynamic tags. This dynamic tag comes from the is node, which is the output ID, and this dynamic tag comes from the previous node, the get videos node. It's just take, drag, and drop into our field of expressions. The next step would be to add your credentials. I recommend that every time you run the flow, you always pin the information. You just click on the letter P. This is so that the flow is not reactivated, since each activation generates cost. This is so that you can take it into account. The next step, after looking to improve the quality of our videos, would be to add an HTTP request node, whose function would be to obtain those final videos. We come to our document, copy the following expression, and paste it into our URL field. The method we have to select in get So the only thing we would need to do would be to add our credentials. Once the node has been renamed, we click on Run. Here it is important that we also add an if node. This because it can take a while to get the results we are looking for, and that way we make sure to avoid errors in our flow. We have to check the status of our videos and tell the next to it to let the information pass only when it is ready. If the information is not ready yet, we just have to add a wait node. We still configure it in the same way and reconnect to this point. We save and run the if node. Once we have the result ready in our if node, we pile up the information again for anything. At this point in our flow, we can already review what Cloud has just generated for us. That we enter the node, copy the following link, open a new tab. The next day, my aunt drove us all right. Having our clips already generated, the next step would be to post them automatically. For that, we are going to use an HTTP request node that we are going to configure later, send us a notification by Telegram with the result of our videos. For that, we added the send a text message node. Right now, we are going to configure it with the intention of updating a database to keep track of the videos that we have changed. We select the correct node, and now we are going to move on to the configuration. All right, the first step would be to send us a notification via Telegram with the message that our videos are ready. For that, we just go into our node in Telegram, select our credentials, select the chat ID, which this comes from our trigger, and in the chat section, we take this dynamic tag and add it here. The next step would be to paste the following expression. This gives us the title of the video, in addition to the URLs with the finished videos. An optional setting is that you can disable the following option so that a watermark does not appear when you receive a message from Telegram. Now we activate and review the result that Telegram has just generated for us. If we enter Telegram, you see that we received a message with 5 links, which is the number of clips we were looking for from the previous video. We open any of them, and our videos are ready. To configure our database connected with web sheets, all we have to do is activate our credentials. Select the document we are working with, select the sheet we are updating. And basically, we have 4 fields: the source video, the URLs that it generated for us, the number of clips that we requested, and the virality rating. So let's add the dynamic tags. For the dynamic tag of the video, we need to come to the Edit Fields node. We drag and drop. Similarly, for the clips field, we drag and drop. For URLs, these come from our ID node. We take and drop here, and the virality rating comes from the Get Videos node. Just again, we take, drop, and execute. If we go back to our database, we see that it has been updated correctly with the number of videos we have generated. Our last step would be to publish them automatically on Instagram. For that, we can use the following application. It offers you a free trial to start trying it out. All you have to do is create an account. And once you're in, we're going to start setting up our API key. Just click on Generate New API Key. Once you've copied your API, what we need to do is go back to our flow in n8n. Already in our workflow in n8n, we need to add a new HTTP request, whose intention is to create the user profile in this application in Upload. This is something that has to be run only once, and the way to configure it is as follows. We simply open it, select the post method, paste the following URL. At the end of the node, you have to configure it as follows. You must have this option enabled. You need to enable the JSON field. The name you are going to use username, and here you are going to add a username that later, once you run this node, will appear in your upload profile. The last step would be to add your upload credentials to be able to create your username on the website. To do this, just select the following settings. Add a generic credential, select Header Out, and click on Create New Credential. In name, you must have the word authorization, and the format to add your API key is as follows. It should start with the word API key space, followed by the API you created. You go back to your site, paste it, save it, and that's it. If you return to your Notload account, you will see that in the users part, you have a new username connected. The next step would be to connect your credentials to the network you're looking to publish. Once you have connected your account or accounts to the profile you have just created for this platform, we go back to our n8n flow, and the final step would be to configure the last HTTP request node, whose function is going to be to publish the videos that we have created. To configure it, we must select the post method. We must paste the following link, which again comes from the official documentation of the site. We must authenticate ourselves. We select our credentials, activate the next option, send body, select from data, and configure as follows. We add the user, and add the user we created earlier on our upload site. We click, we paste. We add a new parameter, we give it the name. The final result of the video that comes from the node is, we add a new parameter, we give it a name, which would be the caption that is being generated from Instagram. We give it the following name to define the type of video we're making, tell it that we want it to be a reel, and add one last parameter, that in this case, we are telling you that I posted it on our Instagram feed. Hit, and that's it. Save, and that's it. This way, you just learned how to create an automatic system that takes care of making clips from podcasts or large videos. What you've just learned is a skill that you can start monetizing on sites like Workana or Fiverr. You can charge anywhere from $5 to $10 to convert a long video or podcast into clips for TikTok or Instagram Reels. I really hope you learned something incredibly valuable today. You already know that if you want to get straight into action, have personalized attention, you can do so by entering our Minted Well community. The link is down here in the description. You can access this and other workflows completely out of the box. That's all from me, and I'll see you in the next video.